again, Akko here. Welcome back to Utopia³. I hope everyone had a really good Christmas yesterday. Today's Boxing Day, and I'm actually recording this on Christmas Day. But today is Boxing Day, so I'm having a good Christmas. Thank you for asking, if you did. Or, if you didn't. I've not done a great deal of stuff on the server since I was last on. Now, I have started wiring this up. Now, I did all this with Ender.io conduit, and Sensor came by a couple of days ago, and he just said FPS took a massive hit as soon as he came close. So what I've done for now is I've kept... Oh, I've got a wrench in my hand. I've kept the Ender.io stuff in the middle for now, but I'm thinking of moving out of there as well. Now, I've made a whole ton of this Ender.io conduit. I really want it to work, but it just seems to be very FPS heavy at the minute. And the way I build, I can't afford to have FPS heavy stuff. So I've made loads of this 2048 stuff. What I need to do is get on with thermal expansion stuff. So I'm going to start making some thermal expansion machines. Now, what I've thought about doing with this is using red alloy wire from Project Red as a redstone signal, because as far as I'm aware, the power conduit from thermal expansion cannot put a redstone signal to fire these engines up. I still want the redstone control from Ender.io, so I'm still going to use the capacitors and the power monitor because they're awesome. For now, I'm going to move away from the conduits. So, red alloy wire up the back of each engine, which means I'm going to have to use a lot of wire. Possibly the box stuff, because that'll do both of these at once. And then, these are all fluid conduits, so I need to start making some kind of spaghetti junction down below. Now, when sensors to the FPS was getting hit, I had liquid conduits all over under here, running from the water. Look at that, by the way, you can use it as a window reservoir. These are carpenter's blocks, carpenter's slopes from the inside, and you can see out of them. Weird. So I need to work out with this. Each two of them per stack. Jump, fly, fly. So two of these need to be water, and two of them need to be fuel. So I need to work out exactly how to get all that water and fuel into them. Now I guess the easiest way would be to run fuel in from the top and water in from the bottom, but I was just going to try and get it all in from the bottom. Now, we're getting an update on thermal expansion pretty soon, I think, the 1.1 version. And I'm not sure which version needs you to redo all your liquid ducts. I'm not sure which version is coverable. I ain't got no covers on me, so I can't really tell. Any covers up here? No, so I can't really tell. I don't think we're on the version that's got the covers yet. In fact, I'm pretty sure we've not. So I think I might have to pull all these out and redo them when we cover anyway, so I might not put this together just yet. I might wait. I've done nothing downstairs since last episode, so there's no case there for anything down there yet. It's all exactly the same as it was. I did blow myself up. I did get a divide by diamond death. I came down to make one more and I shift clicked and it put all of them in, and I just couldn't get them all. It put 8 of the unstable ingots in my inventory, and I tried putting them all back in, but I couldn't get them back in time, so it killed me. It didn't destroy anything, just killed me. So, yeah, divided by his diamond death. It's a shame I never got that on camera. I was not expecting. I was expecting it to shift click one in because I thought I'd tried that last time. So yeah, I want to do a little bit with bees. I'm on a server on my own at the minute. We have had some issues with the server, and it's been something to do with IC2. We've been getting a load of console spam regarding IC2 EnergyNet, and having a little look around on the internets. It's possibly due to when you're using IC2 power into non-IC2 machines. So for example, the electrical engines from forestry. So BPAT had electrical engines running his stuff over there, and I've swapped them all out for magmatic dynamos for him. So I made him some magmatic dynamos for Christmas, and hopefully that should sort the little server issues we've been having. So, because of where BPATS is, Nemson's turned off chunk loading at the minute. Chunks are only loaded when players are online. So at the minute, I should be the only chunks that are loaded. And the entire server. Yeah, look at that. But because this is BPATS here, when Nemson was online, was based here, or Sensor was online, was based here, that the player loaded chunks will have been loading BPAT's place. So I think that's maybe what was causing the issue. The fact that that was getting loaded and unloaded. Possibly. So we're going to see if it settles out, and then Nemson's going to put the chunk loaders back on. So that's a nice bit of Sherlock Holmes detective work going on there to try and work out what was causing the issue. Right, I am going to do a little bit with bees, so I apologise. I should sleep, so it's daytime, so we can see a bit better outside. So let me grab my sleeping bag and have a quick nap. Zzz. Now, thank you very much, sleeping bag. You are awesome. You can go back in there for now, and you can go there for now. So, what I've got in here is I've got the final 24 of these centered panellings, so I just thought I'd make them on camera. And what I've done outside is I made an extra 4. I don't want any of them yet, but I'll take one with me. I made an extra 4 of the frame housings because I want to show you how. No, not an extra 4, an extra 3. I'm doing this again, aren't I? Why don't I just look? Imp. I think I may have hit my microphone then. I apologise if I did. Last 3 of them. So now if we jump out here, you'll see that I put all the other bits together. So there's our lighting, there's our rain shield, and there's the mutator block, and there's the one frame for the Oblivion frame when we're breeding. So this is still planned to be the breeding Alveary, but until we've got something to breed, because I haven't really got anything to breed yet until we get some more resources anyway, some more machines together, I thought I might as well use it as a little bit of a production Alveary as well. So what we can do with this is my Imperial, for example. Now I've not actually wired any of this up, so I'll take the Industrial because it's got a full lifespan in. If we put that in there and we bang 4 frames in. 4 frames is the max these days. It used to be you could put up to 16 in, I think, for some. Now, I have automated these a few times with factorization routers. I'm not sure the best way of automating them at the minute, but what you should see is with 4 frames in there, this bee should produce at quite a good rate. So again, we're waiting 27.5 seconds for a tick. There you see 2 stringy combs and a pollen just on 1 tick. Now, I emptied this out about 10 minutes ago and I've got 2 pollen, 2 stringy combs, since then. So that's probably when I changed, I know, because that's automated. So we'll see on the next tick will we get the same. So it could be that with 4 frames in there, we might be getting 2 stringy combs and a pollen every tick. Let's have a look. So we've got 1 stringy comb and a pollen that time. So as you can see, in Alvearies, the bee is much more productive. Add on to the fact that if it starts raining now, because of this rain shield, that won't stop the bee, and because of this lighting, that won't stop the bee. We have got a very productive bee. Very good. I'll wait 1 more tick. So what I should really start doing now is start to make the next genetic machines, which we've got 2 pollen and 2 combs that time. So yeah, very good, and you'll see that these guys go down pretty quick. I need to start crafting up all them frames, all them sticks into frames, getting them into that filing cabinet. So I think I'm going to cut camera. I'm going to decide whether to make these genetic machines, get all them made and put somewhere, or to start making the family expansion machines. I might just wait on family expansion until we update. Have a little think. Back in a bit. Hello, I'm back, and this is actually a couple of days later. Do you remember on the first bit of the video I was saying, well, you might remember, you was watching it a couple of minutes ago, I was saying that I changed BPAT's electrical engines for dynamos. Well, that was better, we think, for IC2, but I connected them all up with Ender IO fluid conduits, and it crashed the server. And Nemson was pretty busy, so the server's been down a couple of days. It is the 27th today, so day after Boxing Day. Now, I want to carry on with the video now then. Why is some on and some not? That's curious. Now, I have to sort this out, I think. These act a bit weird. The family expansion engine after a server reset. So look, they're actually turned off, but they need a block update. So by doing this, I'm doing a bit of a block update. So just by changing the block that's next to them, So that's weird. They'll keep running and keep using. So since only after a server update, they'll actually keep running until you change the block next to them. So because they're set on, it also says enabled high there as well, but it's not. They're enabled high. It says low there as well, but they're not enabled low. They're just enabled high. So I've noticed that with man. Oops. So it looks like BPATs are doing the same. Get away, fool. So because I changed all this to fluid to Ender conduit, it seems I may have made a mess of the server. I called the breaker, broke the server again. The server's been down. That was easily remedied by pushing to version 0.5.5 of Ender.io. And I looked on the changelog, and 0.53 and 5.4 have been superseded due to bug fixes. So I think that might be one of the bugs that was fixed with 0.55. So that's all good. Now I hope BPAC don't mind that I did that. I actually set that all up from the day because he was AFK when I made the dynamos. Right. So what was I doing? I'm gonna run. I've done some B stuff. I'm gonna carry on with the B stuff. So this is gonna be a B episode mostly. I've changed this around like I said I was gonna do. So I've run some red alloy wire around here. I brought most of my capacitors over here, and I've just checked that this works by nicking that switch off the wall and connecting it to the red alloy wire. And these actually work. So underneath here, we'll go from a little semi-secret trapdoor there. You see, I've done the water and the fuel just for one set of these. So that's I'm going to be doing it, and I'm just going to create that little fluid duct pattern across for the next two banks once I've got more engines across here. Now, like I said before, version 1.1 of thermal expansion, I think I'm going to have to replace all these pipes anyway, so I'm not going to do the rest of the I'm not going to fasten the rest of these up until then. But I've just got that fastened up so I can start moving my power and my AE system across here and my processing. So there we go with that. Now, as you can see, for now I am just running the Ender IO energy conduit still, because I still do like it. It seems to be very, very laggy. I may, once we've had the thermal expansion update, change all these for redstone conduit. But yeah, until that update, I don't really want to do a great deal. So I've got 3 banks running there. So that's what's that? It's, is it 170 odd MJ tick? So yeah, that'll keep us all going for a bit. And of course, once these run out over here, I can bring all the dynamos over here and create another 2 banks there. So I've got 6 banks worth of engines already made. Now the engines down here, I've got fuel in, but I'm letting it all run down. So they're still putting water into these, but I've taken away the ender tank that I was putting the fuel in. So these are going to keep putting power until they actually run down. Right, I forgot how quick a Alveary is. Now, I put my Imperial bees in there for a bit, then I put my Industrious Queens in there for a bit, bees. And when I've got frames in there, they're producing really good. I believe I did show you that in the first... No, I didn't. I said I was going to come back, didn't I? So, I've actually got... Why is there one bit of frame left in that back one there? It's a bit weird. Oh, right, because that must have been... Oh, I had some part-used ones. That must be why that's like that. So, each life cycle of a bee now is getting me about 50 odd stringy comb and 50 odd pollen or imperial jelly, royal jelly. So what this means is I can create Alveary blocks much quicker now. So what I actually need to do is start automating the putting in of frames into these. So that's what I'm going to get on with now. As you can see, I've moved the cables, the bee pipes, Buildcraft pipes, from down under there where the 2 little apiaries were, and moved them up here. So this is basically the same thing again. That's just a autarkic gate set to items in inventory, energy pulsar, so whenever there's anything in the inventory, which it checks this side, whenever there's anything in there, that pulses. I've changed these to apiaries pipe. They were diamond pipes, of course. Now an apiaries pipe is just a diamond pipe with a bit of propolis either side of it, and because we've been squeezing stuff in the squeezer, we've been getting... As soon as you start squeezing, you get the odd bit of propolis. Now, you don't get loads from this, but you certainly get enough to start making yourself some apiaries pipe. So either side of a diamond, I'll make another one because I'm going to end up using more anyway. So that's all you do: diamond pipe, apiaries, propolis either side, gets you them. And of course, because we've got stringy combs, no, not stringy, because one of the combs we're getting from the bees out there. Strut back up there a second. Yeah, stringy. I think the stringy drops propolis as well. Let's have a look. Where are you? It does look, yeah, stringy combs, propolis, and honey drops. So when you get up to your industrious, which drops a stringy, you're getting loads of propolis anyway. So you really want to move on to them. And all we've got set in there is red any bees, and then yellow items. So red any bees, so it puts the bees back in, and then items go yellow on that side, and they go green on that side, which puts the items into the chest. Now I believe when you can see how quick stuff's coming as well. Look. When this is full of bees, I believe, because it can't put any in there, it will force them through there anyway, even though it's not set to that, because it's the only valid direction for it to go. So that's fine as well. What I need to do now, and I've already done this once, but I did this the other day, but I deleted it because I went a bit wrong. But what I have made is a factorization router, which is pretty straightforward, and I made a machine filter. Now I'm not sure I need this. I don't think I do. But I made it because something wasn't working right. So I made this and it still wasn't working right. I'll tell you what that is. I made it because it was putting frames into the mutator block as well. I didn't want it to. Well, it's because the mutator block and the frame housing have got the same ID on the router there. When you put the machine filter in, you can set it to item Alvearies tal blah blah binny something. Let me get the machine filter there. So this is why I got rid of that other bit, but I'm kind of telling the same thing now anyway, so I might as well let it in. So I can set there tal extra b Alvearies, and unfortunately though, that recognises the frame housing and the mutator is the same kind of block. So what I actually need to do is I need to just break this a second. I'm going to take them out for a second. I don't think anything would get lost, but I just want to take them out for a second anyway. So this is not a breeder anymore. This is just a pure production Alvearies at the minute. Once that reformed into an Alvearies, come on, it's taking its time. There we go. Put them back in, and now it'll put frames. If we start feeding frames to this router, it'll put frames into all these frame housings because they're all touching. Now, because the thing with the mutator didn't work, I can actually take that machine filter out. We don't actually need it, so I'll take that back out. Now, I quickly went over how I made the machine filter, because normally you would have to create these things. Now, let's have a quick look. Normally you'd have to create this logic matrix identifier, which I've done by combining a programmer, a bit of nether quartz, and a blank logic matrix. Now, normally you'd have to make the blank logic matrix in a crystallizer, and that looks like it's changed the way it's done. But you need a furnace heater to heat it, so you'd need some kind of factorization power to heat the furnace heater. And it looks like it's just a block of redstone and an aqua regia now. Before it was some different stuff. So that recipe's changed a bit. But the way I actually got them was I had a few of the logic matrix programmers from dungeons. I should have one in here somewhere. Yeah, look, I've got one there. I had a few in dungeons, from dungeons, and if you take one of them, and my inventory, my chest getting backed up here, possibly. I'm just cutting down some of the trees above the quarries because I like my quarried areas to be tidy. Got a skeleton trophy there, have I? Interesting. Let me make sure there's a bit of room in there so things don't get backed up. Now, what I did was, with the spare ones of them that I had, I used the uncrafting table, and you can see that gives you one of them things, so you don't have to use a crystallizer. So if you've got uncrafting table, if you've got it so that uncrafted tables aren't disabled in the config, you can actually get them by taking logic matrices apart. You also get a bit of dark iron as well if you're looking for a bit of dark iron you haven't started quarrying. So that's quite useful as well. Very nice. That can go in there. That can go in there. They can go in there. And they can go in there. Wonderful. Tidy. Excellent. So now I'm making frames at a really nice pace now, so I can start. So what I've got is not frames. I'm making centered paneling, really nice rate. So I've just got industrious and imperial in here running as production bees now, so we can get loads of more Alvearies made. So pretty much production line time. So yeah, what I need to do is I need to get some kind of auto crafting of impregnated frames, which we've got all the stuff for. Now, I had loads of these frames in a filing cabinet, and when I took them back out, I seem to have lost some, so I'm not 100% sure filing cabinets are safe for stuff. I had about 100 odd, I think I had about 140, when I took them back out it was only 890 odd, so I don't know what went on with that. Unless I was mistaken, but I'm not really trusting them as much as I maybe could. What I should really do with this is make a precision export bus. I'm going to ask for them. No, I've got everything in there to make that. I did have, and I didn't wait for it. Silly me. Precision export bus, and connect this. This is all moving across the other way pretty soon, like. But I don't want to spend too much time doing this. I'm just going to throw it together a bit, really. I'm going to put a precision export bus onto there. Try that again. And I am just going to really scruffily connect it to my ME network. So where's that going to be? You'll do. And actually, let's jump in there a sec. Tell you what, I'll connect this up. ME controller, that's fine, screw it, I'll do it now. Don't know, I don't really like it, the idea of it fastening to the back of the chest in case it puts things just in the chest. Now, it's not going to put things in, it's going to be taking things out, but so I'm talking crap anyway. Let me just put this back together then. Cyan clay and then red clay, and connect that to there. Now this precision export bus, what I want to do is set it so this can actually, my ME network can actually craft impregnated frames as long as it's got, look in there, it can craft impregnated frames as long as it's got impregnated sticks and string. So if we look down here, we've actually got a few impregnated frames. We've got 72 left in there. We've also got 2,000 impregnated sticks. I'm going to start making more of them as well because I've got all this creosote to use up. I've got actually 3 full drums of creosote there, so that's a hell of a lot. And got more in that one, so it's producing me some more coal coat blocks for making more steel. So I'm going to make loads more of that. But what I can do here is, with one of these impregnated frames, because this is a precision export bus, I can set this to, not that, I wanted always active, I want that one. I can move it to move single items or craft. So as long as, now that should start putting them into there. And what's happened here is it should have filled all these up, if any that was had space in. So you can see, look, these are new ones that it's put in, and then it just keeps one sat in there. So as soon as them frames wear out, this will bang more frames in. And when them 72 that are in there wear out, because we've set this to move single items or craft, then it'll automatically craft, when it needs them, it'll automatically craft them for us, which is kind of awesome as well. So yeah, very nice. Nice little system there. As long as I've got string, which I've got 5,000 of, as long as I've got impregnated sticks, which I've got nearly 2,000 of in a minute, but I need to make more, then oh yeah, of course I'm cutting trees down. Hello, I'm back again. Now, it's been several hours since you last saw me. I had to cut the camera because I got interrupted when you last saw me, and I went AFK for a bit, and when I came back my power had run out down that side, so I decided I might as well bite the bullet and get power switched to over here. So now I've got that them other 2 banks of engines, dynamos over here, and it's connected up to the power monitor there with a redstone cable, red alloy wire even, redstone cable. And all my power's over here now, so as you can see this is running quite nice, and I've got it set to a nice 90 and 95%, so these are just flicking on when they need to. And as I said earlier, it's just the back 3 banks that are running at the minute, and we'll add more banks as we get more power, or possibly when we update the failing expansion. So I've also had to move my bees. Because I've moved it over here, I've put a single chunk loader in there at the minute, so only the central chunk's loaded when I'm not there. I'm going to have to bring my main chunk loader across from here. We've got guidelines on the server, so not to be greedy. So we're meant to only have one base chunk loaded. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get all the stuff that needs chunk loading from here across there, so that then I can have that 3x3 chunk loaded, and this, what's left, all my magic stuff, will not need chunk loading. So that's the way we're going to go. Now I noticed when I was messing around with the bees that I had the bees going through the edge of a chunk. So I have to leave until we get rid of the snow. I need to have my bees in an ocean biome, because the extreme hills is icy, so the bees won't work. So for now I'm going to put a spot loader on this chunk where the bees are. Now these are getting me so much resources. I'll show you back up there. So I've changed this around a little bit. I've got an ender chest there that puts things into my main input, into my ME network, and I've got another ender chest down here. I've done a similar kind of thing before, but what I've done is I have set a export bus to craft, to insert stroke craft into an ender chest, so it's filled an ender chest with impregnated frames. Then I've just got a translocator keeping one impregnated frame in the router all the time, which is then keeping the frame housings full. And I've got a massive amount, if we go look, I've got a massive amount of raw jelly, and the other guy pollen, so I could start really knocking Alvearies out now. So what have we got? We have got nearly 700 raw jelly, over 700 pollen. We actually wouldn't have enough beeswax there, and we've got quite a lot of combs, so I need to start getting all my other machines across here, because of course there's no power over there at the minute, so the bee machines and stuff are not running. So what we're going to do is I'm going to actually start making my extra bees machines. If you look at Binny, actually need to go and craft some things in a carpenter that I forgot all about. I've put a few patterns into here. Before we had the Apiarist machine and the genetic machine, so for that I need some circuit boards in a carpenter, which I need to go and make. And then I've added the advanced genetic machine, which also has circuit boards. That was like the bronze circuit boards. And I've added this thing. This is very important. These are the empty serum valves. Now these are what we get all our serums in, and we also need them for one of the main machines. So which is the main one that we need them for? We need an isolator. There we go. We need 4 there for the replicator. The replicator is not massively needed, but on a server it's really useful. We need a couple there for the inoculator as well. So what I need to do now is I need to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these advanced genetic machines. I'm actually going to double up on 2 of them as well. I'm going to make an extra purifier and an extra. I might make double of each actually. I'll make 1 of each for now. I'll probably double up a couple later on so I can do 2 operations at once. Now these have Buildcraft gate conditionals, or they did when I checked before, so when I see if they've still got them, then I will be kind of routing between these using Buildcraft gates. So I'm going to go get that carpenter made. I'm going to go make the right amount of these. I'm also making this guy, Climatizer. Now he's pretty straightforward, so we should be able to make him, I think. Acclimatizer. Now I've been and made some of these. Yeah, look, we can make that straight away. Excellent. So Acclimatizer, these are really good. What you can do with these is using stacks of blaze powder or snow, you can set the tolerance of a bee really high or really low. So if you look at one of our bees, well, we haven't got any in there that are going to be checked out, have we? No, none of them have been BLRs. Oh, there's one. See that one there? That's got hot down to arid up on. Well, if we put that bee in this acclimatizer with loads of blaze powder, we could get that. The blaze powder would take the hot there to up down 5 if you put enough through, and no, up 5, and then the ice cubes, ice blocks, they take it to down 5, so you can get it plus or minus 5. So you can get any bee in any biome. Any bee from any biome can work in a normal biome, because we're going to want some bees that are properly from the nether, but we're going to want to run them here in the overworld in our normal. So that's what that's for. So I'm just going to bang this over here for now. No, I don't think it does need power. Okay, so we need power, we need a block there, and things might have changed, but I'll double check. And what we'll get later on is we'll get bees that can we'll get that ±5 and ±3 on the humidity, and we'll pull the serums off. Right, I'm going to cut now then. I'm going to go make the things in the carpenter that we need, and I should be back when I've done that. I have to set a carpenter up here, and we'll be good to go at making all the machines. Back in a bit. Okay then, I am back, and I got a carpenter, and I had some water in this at first, and I made the bits that I needed, the circuit boards and stuff, and now I've switched it over to the production of impregnated sticks. I've got that set up with applying logistics here. I've got it set up so that it's putting birch in a minute. That don't actually matter, any log will do for that, but it's putting birch in because I've got about 6,000 birch to get through, and I've got it controlled with a level limiter there, so that as long as if there's less than 512 sticks in my AE network, that redstone signal will go off and it'll send some more into here, which will then make whatever's in here and then put them back into the system. So that should keep us stocked. I need to keep an eye. I need to make sure that I don't run out of wood. I've got quite a lot of logs there, you see. I've got like 6,000 birch, 8,000 oak, and I've got 5,200 string, which we'll need to make the frames as well. So I should be alright for a bit, but I do need to keep a little bit of an eye on that. Now, I have moved my farm across to spawn. I'll go quickly show you it. Damn Sky asked a couple of days ago if I could add wood to the triple white chest. So rather than just do that, I said, well, why don't I just bring my tree farm to spawn? That's what I've got here. And that guy sat there doing nothing because the chest underneath there is full. So if I'll show you underneath here really quick, we've got a chest there full, and so basically what I've got here, keep it nice and easy. So this is the same Galgadorian tree cart that was across it in my base in the basement there, and I've just run it. So we've got a nice little track running around here. It's about two chunks long. I've put a chunk loader under there as well, so I'm going to see if Nemson wants to take that chunk loader on, being the server on it, rather than have it use it as rather than me have it. But what I've got under there is translocators splitting up 3 things. It's splitting up wood into this chest, apples into this chest, and there's also a trash can that's just trashing all the excess saplings. And then from the wood and the apple chest, I've got a translocator set to regulate, and that's putting 64 logs, 64 apples into the triple white chest. So there we go. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to tap off that onto my own for my own wood needs as well. So I'm probably going to put another ender chest there with another regulator on it, and so it'll put 64 into my AE network as well, which should be okay, because all I'm really going to be using wood for is for the creation of those frames. What's going on there? There we go. I put the wrong one back, didn't I? There we go, and that'll grow back. So there we go, little tree farm, keeping things tight there. Let's head back to my base, and so Nemson's setting up this area, so we've all got our own little place. I guess we can make a bit of artwork in these once he gets it sorted. I don't know. It looks like each one's got its own little place there, so make a little bit of a diorama behind it possibly. So right, back here, what do I want to be? So let's head. Oh, did I knock that sign off? Bollocks. So I'll put that back in a sec. Come on, get up. So I've got my dimensional transceiver over there, by the way, so I'm getting power into the machines that are back over there. So this is running power, not to my quarry at the minute, but just running it across there. See, this is now running 16.7. The AE network is taking 15.8 of that, and this carpenter, even when it's not running, it's taking about 1 MJ a tick. So anyway, I made the circuit boards, and then I've gone through and made all these things. So I made 7 circuit boards of each type. So I made 7 of these things, Apiarist machines, then 7 genetic machines using the first circuit board, then 7 advanced genetic machines using the enhanced circuit boards. So I ended up with 7 of them things, and then I've made 1 each of these, and I've got a couple left over. I think I'm going to double up on some of these. Now replicate we don't have to double up on, But a replicator is good to have with a server, because if someone, say when I've got serums, if someone says, oh, can I have a X serum, I can just replicate my serum and give them one. So what that does is, once we've got serums, which we're going to get to in just a second, I made some blanks, there we go. So once we've got a serum, what I can do is I could put a blank one in there, I could put a filled serum in there, and with power that's going to replicate whatever is in that one. So if I've got Imperial species and someone said, oh, can you do me an Imperial species serum so I can put it onto my bees, then all I've got to do is put the Imperial species in there, blank serum in there, and that'll do that and send it to them. So that doesn't actually need setting up yet, so I won't do that just yet. Now, the important ones we need here, first of all, we need an isolator. Now what an isolator does is, I should actually just power these up, shouldn't I? Let's get on this. So something good to have, for example, is the Rocky bees. Yeah, that'll do. Grab these Rockies and let's BLRs them so we can see what stats they've got. Now Rocky has real low fertility, so it's good for production bees. I generally leave my production bees not doing much. But they have all this as, yes, look at that, they've got nocturnal, flyer and cave. So cave means they can work indoors, flyer means they can work in the rain, nocturnal means they work at night, diurnal means they work at day, so they can work all the time. So that's good stuff to have. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put most of them back in there. I'll take 8 for now. I'll take 10, screw it. And what we could do now then is we can bang 10 in there and it's saying, look, there's no empty valves. So I'll put some empty serum valves in there. And what this is going to do, it's going to use power and it's going to start pulling a random stat off them. So once this is cycled all the way through, it's going to pull a random stat off and it's going to transfer it into there. Now what we can do, any ones that we don't want, you can bang in a furnace and you get your serum valve back. But there we go, short lifespan, we don't particularly want that. That's not a great one. For a production bee, if you're just using it as a breeder, then a shortest lifespan might be good because you just want to get more bees to breed. But there we go, we don't really need that, so we'll leave that for now. The next one is, yeah, synthesizer. So what we'll do is we'll put synthesizer here, and then we're going to put purifier here and inoculator here. Right, so this next one, it needs power, but it also needs BDNA, which is why we need to be producing drones that we can squeeze into DNA in that gene pool machine that we've got across into the base. But what we can do with this is, once we get a serum that we like, and this is giving us all bad ones up to now, so I'll have to bang these in a furnace and make them into good quality again, into empty ones again. But still no good. Once we get one that we like, what we can do is we put that into this synthesizer and that'll fill it up, because when it comes it'll only have one charge, and we need to fill it up and that'll get it to 16 charges. Then we move it into this one, and this one also needs BDNA. And what this will do is this will take the quality up from poor quality up to the excellent quality, which is what you need, otherwise things go wrong. And then once we've got an excellent quality, what we can do is we can put it in here with a bee of our choice, and we can add that stat to that bee. So let's try and get one that we want. What have we got here? No, look, it's just giving us crap. So I'll tell you what, I'll cut the camera, I'm going to pipe these up so we can actually get... no, actually, how do I want to do this? Yeah, I've got a couple of ideas. Basically, anyone that I put in there, I want it to cycle through and then put itself into there when it's ready, and then put itself into a chest when it's done in there. So I should be able to do that with gate conditionals. Now the inoculator, I'm going to want to manually put things in there. These are two I normally double up on, purifier and a synthesizer, because they're a little bit slow, so you can do two at once. But look at that, junk, all junk. There we go, nocturnal, so that's a decent one. So nocturnal now we put in there, and we're going to need BDNA. So I'll get that sorted as well. So one of the first things I'm going to want to do now is I'm going to want to get the maximum fertility species serum, which you get off wintry drones, which I don't actually have any wintry bees. But wintry bees have got 4 times fertility, so each baby has, each time it dies, it has 4 little baby bees. So what I'll do is I'll add them to a cultivated pair, and I'll eventually give them shortest lifespan, so they die really quick, and they'll just keep giving me loads of drones that I can feed into the gene pool over there and get loads of DNA. Right, I'll be back in a bit. Here we are then, and what have I got going on at the minute? I have got a precision export bus there, set to put cultivated drones into the gene pool. So what I need to do is get cultivated with a high fertility in the next alveary, which I've just got made, and we have got low fertility in there, we have got maximum fertility in there, which I pulled off an Oblivion bee. Now Oblivion bees, you meant to only get from the end, but our mining age has been dropping down near the bottom at diamond level. It's been dropping Oblivion bees and Infernals, which are meant to be from the nether. So they're in our mine age, which is nice. So I've got some Oblivions, and if you see there, I can't actually show you there, so let's actually look at it in the Bielaze. See there, fertility 4 times. So I managed to pull that off them. And what I'm doing is I've got a Rocky pair, Rocky drone, Rocky princess. Now what these have got are really good stats. They've got nocturnal, diurnal, cave dwelling and all that, but they've got real low fertility. So what I'm doing, I'm making these into cultivated now, because I pulled a cultivated species serum off from cultivated drones. So that'll make these into a cultivated pair, but all the other stats will be the same. And then I'm going to add the 4 times fertility onto that. And this is what I meant before. You see that see the charges are going up. So that's got 5 charges. That'll get up to 16, and it'll be very poor quality by the time it's up to 16. Cause as you add charge in the synthesizer, it lowers the quality of the serum. Then the purifier will bring that back up to this excellent quality, and you've got to use excellent, otherwise the bees will become swarmers. Now, if you see a bee with a little minus sign after its name, Rocky Princess, then a minus in brackets, that means it's going to be a swarmer, like an ignoble these days. So I'll add that to that. So then next time you see me, I will have cultivated in the 3rd alveary, which I've just made. So I'm onto the 3rd one already. Now what I've done here is I've connected the 2 alvearies together using a vanilla furnace with a piece of cobble in it. So that's because that's got an inventory that connects these for the router, as far as the router is concerned. So now it can put frames into the ear as well. So this has got frames in it, and what I need to do is make some sandstone pipe. Sandstone pipe will only connect to the pipe, so I'll be able to run a sandstone pipe down here, and it won't connect to either of these alvearies. It'll connect. Will it connect to that chest though? Probably won't connect to the chest either, will it? I might have to play around with my piping a little bit here. Might have to bring an iron pipe into it. Yeah, probably better moving that chest to there, putting an iron pipe here to direct things that way, and putting sandstone pipe down here. So I'll probably do that. I'll work out a way. So I'm going to do that between episodes. So as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope this episode wasn't too disjointed. It's kind of like taking 3 days to make, so it's really disjointed and backwards and forwards. But next episode I should start getting on with that mob farm down there, because I'm not working in this area, then, and I've got no power really in this area, then these mob spawns aren't really on. I've actually turned them off at the lever for now. So because these are the sleeve start, because of these are the soul shards cages, you have to be within 16 blocks, and I ain't doing much magic at the minute, so I'm not really in this room very much. And I've cleared out a lot of these 2 rooms, so I need to work on my new spawning system, which the cursed earth thing. So I'll be getting on, I hopefully be getting on with that next time. So yeah, as always, thank you very much for watching. I hope it's enjoyable. Thank you for all the new subscriptions. I've been getting quite a few lately, possibly because of the, well, more than likely because I've started a Feed the Beast Monster single play. So I hope some of the guys watching Feed the Beast Monster watch this as well and maybe like what they see. We've got a lot of the same mods in here, just slightly different. And yeah, I hope I see you again. Cheers. Bye.